At 9 a.m. on Monday morning, all the freshmen are gathered in the gymnasium. The other students are all wearing capes and robes, just like me. But they're not completely like me. One boy has furry ears and a long, fluffy tail. One girl has glittering wings, and another girl looks like a vampire. Is that what it means to be born a witch? Being something other than human? Virginia looks normal, but she could be hiding something under her robes. No, that's just silly. The muttering and shuffling of students drops off as someone steps up to the podium. Hello, my little flower buds. Welcome to Iris Academy. I start to applaud, but freeze when I realize that no one else is. Then Virginia, beside me, picks up the clapping loudly. Soon, the whole room is cheering. The witch holds up her hands and the room settles back into silence. My name is Professor Potsdam, and I will be one of your instructors in the ways of magic. For some of you, this is the beginning of an adventure such as you never imagined. For others, this is only the next step in a journey you have been expecting all your lives. At Iris Academy, we teach spelling using the pentachromatic system. Red magic is forceful, but not necessarily violent. Blue is the color of transformation and change. Green is the color of life and the world of plants and animals. White magic affects the mind and spirit, and black magic is contained within physical objects. Your palette should contain at least a few dabs of every magical color, but a beautiful painting doesn't need every shade. It's style that matters. You all have different strengths, different talents. Here at Iris Academy, we embrace that diversity and tailor your education to your needs. Choose your schedule to focus your personal talents. Don't try to become a reflection of your classmates. Follow your own star wherever it may lead you. That is the way in which you are all alike. You each have your own future, and I know you'll make us proud. Her starry-eyed way of speaking reminds me a little bit of my old school's guidance counselor, but she certainly seems nicer than Professor Grabiner. I wonder which classes she teaches. You have been divided into halls to help you make friends with classmates who share similar interests. For the girls, we have the adventurous horses, the charming butterflies, and the mysterious snakes. Each group claps as their name is called. The horse is louder than the others, or perhaps it just sounds that way because I'm sitting with more of them. For the boys, we have the daring wolves, the elegant falcons, and the eldritch toads. I'm not sure what eldritch means, but toads sounds even worse than snakes. I hope you'll all become good friends, not just in each hall and not just in your year, but throughout the whole academy. But most importantly, I hope you'll get to know and trust your roommates, so that by the end of the year, you're able to work as a team for your final exams. And I know you're all looking forward to your exams. Yes! The audience, predictably, groans. For testing purposes, your instructors will regularly set your practical challenges in the school dungeons. The school has dungeons? Each task has many possible solutions. You will need to make creative use of the spells you have chosen to learn. So think ahead about what might be useful and how. Okay, are you all ready for magic? Open up your diaries and begin penciling in your schedule. I need to choose which classes to attend this week. There are classes for each kind of magic, plus general studying, which sounds boring, and gym class, which I've always liked. I can also schedule free time to relax and unwind. For most of my life, my classes have been planned out for me by my school. It wasn't until last year that I got to make any choices at all. Cantonese, French, or Spanish. Physics, chemistry, or biology. Still, everyone had to have the same number of classes, and they all started and ended at the same time. You couldn't get out of it. If I can choose whatever schedule I want here, what would happen if I never went to class at all? Would they really let me get away with that? Probably not. I need to focus and figure out what classes I want to take this week. Blue magic sounded the most interesting to me, so I decided to select all blue magic classes for my first week. Unfortunately, as soon as I walk in the door, I realize that this is one of his classes. Mill about all you like. It's your own time you're wasting, Professor Grabiner snaps. I have no objections to failing the lot of you at the next exam. There's a flurry of robes as students scramble for seats. Here, you will be learning the subtle art of blue magic. At least, some of you will. I thoroughly expect this subject to go over some of your heads. Blue is the color of change. That is, altering what is already there. Not creating, not destroying. It is commonly used in conjunction with other magical styles in order to perform alchemaic transmutations and other alterations of essence. Blue magic can also be used to change the effects of an existing spell, to cast or dispel illusions, or to change locations without movement through intervening space. For a skilled blue magician, reality is fluid. All things can be changed. Yet few minds are capable of grasping the true range of possibilities. We'll see what you're worth. Although that first class was stressful, I do feel as though I've learned a little bit about what blue magic is, and I'm looking forward to my future lessons. After class, I return to my room and plop down on my bed. Ellen's already there, sitting at her desk. Hi, Tori, she says. What did you think of class today? Isn't it exciting? It's okay, I guess. It's not really what I expected. I thought we'd be waving wands and reading old scrolls. It sounds like it'll take a while before we do anything big, but I guess that's why we have school. I like it better this way, Ellen replies. Starting off with the theory behind the magic, it makes it into something real, something I can use, instead of just a dream. I spent my whole life dreaming about something like this happening to me. I wondered if maybe that's what makes a wild seed talent. Wanting it so badly. What about you? No, I didn't really think much about magic growing up. I mean, I saw it in the movies and it looked like fun, but it wasn't something that mattered to me. I'm not super smart or creative. I haven't liked fairies since I was 8. I was totally surprised when I found out I could be a witch. I guess my theory was wrong, Ellen admits. I couldn't think of any other reason this would happen to someone like me. Well, it's random, right? Wild means we got lucky. Even when it's supposed to be random, usually some people are more likely to get picked than others. Ellen huffs as she crosses her arms over her chest. I don't know what to say to that. Instead, I stretch out on the bed, enjoying the feeling of having my feet free from shoes, and stare up at the ceiling. Anyway, it can't only happen to people who really, really want it. or we wouldn't have had to make the choice, I say at length. That's true, but I can't imagine what sort of person would say no. I don't know, I reply. I don't say anything more than that. It's not a very interesting ceiling, now that I look at it. I suppose most ceilings aren't very interesting, but I never spent much time staring up at mine at home. After school, I'd be playing video games, or hanging out with friends, or doing homework, or watching television. I didn't go to bed until I was ready to sleep. Should we decorate the ceiling? I ask at length. What? The ceiling? It's so boring. We could paint it with like a sky with clouds, or maybe cover it with stars and make them glow, or put posters up there, or something. I don't want something over my head while I'm sleeping, Ellen says. What if it fell down? I guess you'd wake up with a poster on your face. I don't know, it was just an idea. If you wanted to cover the whole ceiling, you should probably ask Virginia what she thinks, Ellen offers. It's her room too. What about what you think? Well, I don't want something that will fall on my face or make a mess, Ellen says. If you try to paint the ceiling, it might drip all over everything. If you learned enough blue magic, you might be able to use that to decorate it with illusions. That's a really good idea, I say happily. At least that would give me a goal to shoot for. Thanks, Ellen replies. What would you want to make it look like? Well, if you're making it with an illusion, you could make it look like anything. So it would be fun to see just how crazy we could get. Swirling clouds and lightning, dragons flying around, ripples and sparks. Ellen hesitates. How would we sleep with all that overhead? We could turn it off at night. Sorry, but I think that idea is a little bit silly, Ellen tells me, and I can tell she's looking at me as though she thinks I'm a bit weird. Well, maybe I can think of something else, I say with a shrug. After all, there is no rush. The school year is only just beginning.